As the title says, my husband cheated on me with his best friend. We have 2 boys together and things between them started brewing when I was 8 weeks pregnant with my second. Please keep reading for more information and context. I really need advice and support. On Tuesday, I got a text from AP's boyfriend telling me that my husband and AP have been having an affair for at least the past year, possibly more. At first I thought, what kind of sick joke is this, because hubby isn't gay, but then he sent me screenshots of their very explicit conversations. He said there were pictures and videos of them doing things together and countless messages of very sexual things. My heart sank and I started trembling. Never in the 10 years that we've known each other did I have an inkling that he's bi/gay or that he'd even cheat on me. Both of our dads cheated and we swore we'd never do that to each other and the children. We literally just bought a house a month ago too. Here's the fuck up, this man he was cheating with was very involved in me and the children's lives. So much so that he was at our house every Friday evening, sometimes on the weekends too, and our kids adored him. I would cook meals for this man, support the friendship he had with my husband, confide in him sometimes. He was basically our whole support system. These 2 would fuck on our couch every Friday when I went to bed with the kids. They met at the gym every morning and would sometimes do stuff in the car. Sometimes after putting the kids to bed on Fridays I would go talk to hubby and AP, and many times I could sense some tension between them. I would even ask hubby as a joke if he was cheating with AP, but he would just brush it off. I didn't trust my gut because I didn't think he could be gay. The only reason AP's boyfriend even found out is because AP ended up at the hospital needing life-saving surgery for an autoimmune disease that he has, and AP's phone kept getting messages every day from my husband, and boyfriend decided to fish around. That's when he found all the evidence. He confronted my husband and told him to cut contact, but my husband still didn't tell me. Fast forward a week later and AP's boyfriend wrote to me. I called hubby, and he told me everything. Hubby told me everything, every detail I needed to know, why he did it, when and how it started, why he kept going, why he couldn't tell me. He said he'd do literally anything if it means he gets to stay in the children's lives. He was and is very distraught, remorseful, accepts full blame and is willing to do anything to try to repair. During the time of his affair, he was a very present father and was an okay husband. He still would care for me and never once made me feel less. We've been so caught up with our kids that our relationship took a back seat even before he had an affair, so the fact that we weren't being intimate or very loving towards each other wasn't a red flag. He didn't replace me, he was rather living a double life where he could be straight and normal with me, have a life with children and do family things, and then live his secret gay life with AP. He couldn't tell me because he hadn't come out to anyone except AP, and he didn't know if I would support his sexuality. He also didn't feel loved and wanted in our marriage, neither did I. We hadn't been intimate since we conceived baby 2. AP started pursuing him when I was 8 weeks pregnant, hubby didn't stop it. Their first sexual encounter was not too much later after that, but hubby put a stop to it. Again a few months later he pursued again, and by then they were best friends and hubby had developed feelings, so he went with it. Hubby tried to stop multiple times, but AP would push and emotionally blackmail, so hubby would continue. In hindsight, hubby sees how toxic and fucked up the whole relationship was, but in that moment he was blinded by love. As I mentioned, he's willing to do anything. He's already cut off AP, and has been very open with me about his feelings. We talk every night about how we feel, we process together, we cry together. He's always been my best friend and I still care deeply about him and vice versa. I'm obviously still hurting and he's giving me the space to grieve, to question, to understand, to talk, to do what I need to do to process. For now the decision we have made is to coexist for the sake of the children, at least until the younger one turns 5 in 4 years. While we are coexisting, we will each go to therapy and also try to actively work on our relationship by going to marriage counseling. We're basically starting from scratch because we want to give our family and relationship another chance. This is of course after I have been able to grieve and process. It's not something I am being forced to do. I have full freedom to do what I choose and he will support my decision. If we feel like our marriage isn't going to work maybe 2 years down the line, Then we start seeing other people but continue to coexist/parent until we get a divorce and discuss custody arrangements. I guess what I'm asking for is advice on this whole situation and decision. Is there something I'm not thinking of or not seeing? Should I be asking more questions or getting more clarity?